Have you ever heard that no two snowflakes are alike? Wilson Bentley observed that. At first, he used a magnifying glass and a microscope to study the ice crystals he collected, but eventually he was able to buy a camera and attach it to a microscope. Beginning in 1885, he began photographing his snowflakes and photographed around 5,000 of them. It snows a lot in Vermont, so he always had plenty of subjects. Did you know that snow crystals come in many different shapes and sizes? You can see some of those in this image. A few things help determine the shape and size of snowflakes: temperature, how much moisture is in the air, and the air currents or wind. The ones you're looking at here are photographed by Kenneth Liebrecht, a physics professor at Caltech who studies and photographs snowflakes. He even creates his own snow crystals in his lab. He calls these snow crystals designer snowflakes because he controls the conditions and can create the kind he wants. When he photographs them, he shines different kinds of light on them, which make them appear to be different colors, even though snowflakes are clear. The ones we see on cards, wrapping paper, and in movies are usually the hexagonal ones, the ones with 6 sides. Kenneth Liebrecht consulted with Disney artists and animators for the movie Frozen because Disney wanted to make sure that the snow crystals and snowflakes looked realistic. Do you think you could design your own snowflake? There's a few ways you can do that. Let's try it. First, make a horizontal line on your paper. Then make kind of a tall, thin X. Make sure all your lines are about the same length. And then you're ready to add to your snow crystal. Notice there are 6 points on the snowflake. Normally when we've drawn these in class before, there have been 8, but we're trying to make them a little more true to life in this drawing. Okay, now I'm going to add the same thing to each stick. I'm going to add some little circles. Pretty easy to draw all the way around, so I don't need to turn my paper. The next thing I'm going to draw is a little V. In order to get that right, I want to turn so each stick faces up when I make the V, so all my V's look similar. That helps when I'm making my snowflake. It helps anytime you're doing a radial design, a design that kind of radiates out from the center, like these snowflakes do. I'm going to repeat the process over again, beginning with my horizontal line, my tall X, now I'm going to make 2 V's on each little branch. 1, 2, turn my paper. 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 Should be fairly simple to put a little dot on the end. No need to turn my paper for that. And I've got a much more complicated looking snowflake, but it was really easy. It was just the same thing all around. 1, 2 V's and a dot. 1, 2 V's and a dot, all the way around. You can make a lot of different kinds of snowflakes just using simple lines and shapes. This one that I'm going to draw is probably one of my more complex ones because I'm going to draw a hexagon in the middle. This one might take some practice. So I do my horizontal line, my X, and then I draw a flat line, turn my paper, flat line, a little flat horizontal line, horizontal again, and I've got a hexagon. I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of it, to make a smaller hexagon. And then I'll add some more little V's to each branch, and then a dot to the ends of those. If these are getting too hard, go back and use some of the lines that you're comfortable with and work your way up to the more complex kinds of snowflakes. You can draw snowflakes in pencil, pen, crayon, marker. You could paint them in watercolor. I would recommend practicing making many different kinds of snowflakes first in pencil on a piece of paper until you get the hang of it. Once you feel confident, you could make your own snowflake picture, or you could create a winter picture and add some of these fantastic snowflakes to it. And next time it snows, don't forget to hold out your glove or mitten. Let some snowflake crystals fall on it and take a closer look.